Thank you very much. What's that famous movie called? The Oscars, I've forgotten the name. About 6 months before I started is when I first got the idea for my sister. And the big one before I left was oceans, because if anything goes wrong over the ocean, it can go badly wrong very quickly. This was just the perfect way to be able to fly, to do this special thing that I always wanted to do in aviation. But also with this trip, I'm hoping to show that young people can make a difference. You don't have to be 18 to do something special. Just do it. You don't have to wait for your dreams to become older to do your dreams. Just go for them now, and they'll eventually come true. So my name is Mack Rutherford. I'm 17 years old and I'm trying to be the youngest person to fly solo around the world. I've just flown in here to South Korea, Yangyang, from Taipei in Taiwan, and yeah, it was quite a long flight, but not too much happening, which was quite nice. And yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far, and yeah, I can't wait to carry on. Thank you very much. So I'm very happy to be here in Korea. It's been I've been a long time waiting for this, because this is a very important point, because I need to go through Japan and all of that, and so this is quite an important spot before I carry on. And so yeah, I'm really happy to be here and that I've been able to make it so far, but I'm hoping to reach further heights. I don't know a huge amount. I know what's that famous movie called? That was Korean. It got the Oscars. I've forgotten the name. But I'm not hugely into. I'm not very well versed in all of that culture. But I'm very interested in it, and I'm sure I'll experience it a lot while I'm here. Well, I'm trying to travel around the world now, but I'm hoping to end in about 1 month, 2 months. Okay, well, so about 6 months before I started is when I first got the idea for my sister, and about 3 months before is when work really started coming for it, and I really started doing a lot of work on it. So it was quite a short time period, but with these types of things, you can't go too far behind. You have to do it quite close to the start date. Well, so I'm trying to eat as much as I can, but often with long flights particularly, I eat supper the day before and I don't eat until supper the next day. So I try to eat as much as possible when I can, but it's difficult sometimes. Today actually I was fine. I ate in the morning and I had a few snacks on board. I think this is the 20th country, about the 20th country. So a little bit. In Taiwan I had interviews. And a lot through Africa. Africa was a lot of interviews, but then it dropped off a little bit when I was going through India and things like that. Less interviews, but no, there are always a few interviews that I do, and it's quite nice. I chose that airplane because it's fast, it's fuel efficient, and it's quite advanced technologically compared to other airplanes. So that's why I chose it. Well, so she gave me quite a few tips, but her main one was don't get yourself in a situation that you can't get yourself out of. Always make sure that you can go into places that look quite bad, as long as you can turn around and go back to where you were before. Don't get yourself in a situation that you can't get yourself out of. Well, it's different in every place. So when I was flying through the Sahara Desert, it was visibility with haze, making it very difficult to see. Then through the southern part of Africa, it was mountains with clouds, and India it was big storms. It's different everywhere, and that's just how it is. And none of them are better or worse than the other. No, well, there weren't any real problems with it. But I did have some trouble with India because I'm not very good at eating spicy food, and so India, of course, is a lot of spicy curries, and so things that they said no, it's not spicy at all would be way too spicy for me. So that was quite funny. But no, there's always something that I can eat. There's always some food that I like in the country I go Also, I've always made sure that if I go, that I can always go to the, I always go to the loo before I leave, so that's never been a problem. But I have been ill before a flight before. So when I was in Madagascar, I got ill, and I actually cancelled the flight the day after. I was too ill to fly. So it has impacted me before, but it's not. As long as I eat carefully, I'm fine. No, well, not particularly. I think I'm going to rest. I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to rest for a few days at least. But then I have to go back to school and start working again. Well, so for me, the big one before I left was oceans, because if anything goes wrong over the ocean, it can go badly wrong very quickly. There's no way you can land. There's no way you can divert. You just have to keep going. And so that was quite difficult before I left. But now I have quite a bit of experience over oceans, and I'm much more relaxed. I still need to be careful beforehand, but no, it's a lot better now. Well, so at first they were quite hesitant because I was 16. I think I just turned 16 when I basically first wanted to do it. But after a while, I managed to convince them. Now they're fully on board with me flying around the world. I always wanted to do something special in aviation, and this was just the perfect way to be able to fly to do this special thing that I always wanted to do in aviation. But also with this trip, I'm hoping to show that young people can make a difference. You don't have to be 18 to do something special. Just do it. You don't have to wait for your dreams to become older to do your dreams. Just go for them now, and they'll eventually come true. There's not a single place that I can pinpoint to that I really admired, but I liked a lot places like the Sahara Desert, like the Kenya, that was really nice. Burma was also amazing, and then actually flying over. Well, actually, this is quite incredible because Taiwan, Vietnam, Korea, they all have these massive cities that you can fly quite near to and see, so that was quite incredible for me as well. I think early in the morning, or like as the sun's coming up, or when the sun's going down. That's the best time. That's really nice when at those times. I don't know, it's quite difficult to judge on how you personally change. But I feel a lot more confident everywhere, but particularly in flying, since I was at the start. Basically my family, and my sister in particular, because she's the one who made me decide that I also wanted to go around the world. So really it's my family who's really showed me that I wanted to do this. Well, so I'm definitely going to keep flying, so that I'm definitely going to keep doing that. I'm not sure exactly in what area I want to fly, but I'm thinking of something like the Air Force or something like that. I don't know. I can't speak. Maybe when I'm 50 years old, I decide that I want to do something like this again. I have no idea. Well, it's special. It's quite liberating because you're not held together by, like, for example, on the road, you have to follow the road with your car and stuff like that. But in an airplane, you can, to a certain extent, go wherever you want to. You can go left and right, up and down, and that's really freeing. I would give the same advice as my sister gave to me. Anytime you get yourself into a bad situation, just make sure that you can always get yourself out of a bad situation. That's the main one. But for preparing, I don't know, if by preparing for preparing to do something like this, I mean the very basis is to find yourself a route. If I manage to do it, it's going to be quite incredible. But I just have to wait and see until then. I can't say how I'm going to feel when I arrive. It'll be amazing next time I see you. I really hope to see you soon. Yeah.